This tricky GCSE question came up in 2015. It's not necessarily the hardest of GCSE questions, but it is one that at the time was mentioned a lot in social media and on the news as one that people struggled with. And this is the question about Hannah's sweets. So the question goes that there are n sweets in a bag. 6 of the sweets are orange, the rest of the sweets are yellow. Hannah takes at random a sweet from the bag. She eats the sweet. Hannah then takes at random another sweet from the bag. She eats this sweet. The probability that Hannah eats 2 orange sweets is a third. We need to show that n squared minus n minus 90 equals 0. One of the reasons this is so tricky is that it starts off as a fairly basic probability question, and all of a sudden at the end we get this quadratic, a bit of algebra thrown at us, and it can be very confusing as to see the link between them. I think a lot of people panicked and then just avoided the question. But if we just start from the probability part and see where it leads us, we should find that the quadratic falls out quite simply. So we're after the probability that Hannah eats 2 orange sweets. So there's 2 events happening here. Those are that the first sweet is orange and the second sweet is orange. So if we want the probability of 2 things happening, we multiply them together. So we now need to work out the probability that the first sweet is orange and that the second sweet is orange. So for the first one, nice and simple, there are n sweets in the bag. 6 of them are orange, so the probability that that first sweet is orange is just 6 over n. For the second sweet, what's important now is that she's eaten the first sweet. She hasn't put it back, so that changes our numbers. There are now only going to be 5 orange sweets left. We started with 6, she's eaten 1. And there were n sweets originally, but again, because she's eaten 1, that's dropped by a number. So there are going to be 5 over n minus 1 for our probability. As I say, we're multiplying them together. So multiplying our fractions, times in the tops, times in the bottoms, we get that the probability that Hannah eats 2 orange sweets is 30 over n times n minus 1. We're told in the question that this probability that Hannah eats 2 orange sweets is a third. So we can set a third equal to our 30 over n times n minus 1. And now we just need to simplify this equation. Let's multiply both sides by the right-hand denominator, the n times n minus 1. So we get a third, n times n minus 1 is 30. Multiplying through by 3 to get rid of that a third, n times n minus 1 equals 90. We're heading towards what we've been given in the question now. We've got a 90, but we've still got brackets in here. So let's expand them. So n times n is n squared, n times minus 1 is minus n. So we get n squared minus n equals 90. We're very close to what we need now. We're just going to subtract 90 from both sides. So we get that n squared minus n minus 90 equals 0 as required. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Doing Maths channel or check out some more of my videos by clicking on the links here.